Well, when I was at my grandmother's house, at first the police was all like, "There's no forced point of entry," and I thought to myself, "How can there be no forced point of entry?" And he said somebody probably got in with the key. I was like, "The only person with the key is my parents." So then my mother and
But you eliminated them as suspects immediately, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
And so then my mother and I went to my grandmother's house, and I went over to the garage, and there was broken glass and fingerprints all over the place. And I thought to myself, somebody had to get in through this garage door window.
Unbelievable. All right, so now you come across this clue, and how do police respond to you? Because some police might be offended and say, hey, this kid's not going to tell me how to investigate this crime. I'm the police officer, you know? So what was the response that you got when you pointed out this clue that you found?
Well, when they came, they said, wow. And that was it.
Like, wow, we missed that one. Good thing we got Jessica on the case. All right, so, but you don't stop there, right? You've got to, you go further.
Yes.
So what's the next part of the investigation?
Soon, my mother and I, we went down to a pawn shop that was, like, down the street from my grandmother's house.
Why did you go to the pawn shop? Why would you go to the pawn shop?
Well, I thought to myself, since it's a bad economy, people are going to want money. So instead of keeping the furniture, pawn shops, they give you money for selling them their stuff.
Good. So what happens? You go to the pawn shop? What happens?
I go inside the pawn shop, and I look, and I find, like, a majority of the furniture. So then I get the manager.
So you ID Grandma's furniture?
Yes.
Look at that. So then what's the next step now?
I went to the manager, and I asked him who brought in the stuff.
Did you show him your badge first? Did you say, I'm Jessica Maple. I need some answers here?
I left the badge at home.
So now you talk to the manager. What happens?
He like brings out 2 sheets of paper, and it had IDs on them. And I thought to myself, this is really helpful.
Yeah. So the people who pawned it left their ID, so he had information.
Yes.
So now you've got not just a lead. This is a hot lead.
Yes.
What do you do next?
I call the police, and they come.
And what do they say this time? Oh, no, not Jessica again. What did they say?
I told them I beat them there.
So, all right, so now you got the information. You've got a real live suspect now, right?
Yes.
So do you take it a step further?
Of course.
Of course she does. Of course. So what's the next step?
So soon after, my mother and I, we were just driving around town. We were going to Walmart, and I happened to remember one of the suspect's number, well, his street address.
Right.
So then we went down the street, and I saw a guy standing next to his mom, and I thought to myself, nobody does anything around their mom. He's going to be really innocent, seems like. So then, like, we went up to him, like, my mother and I, we stopped our car, and we went up to him, and I started asking him random questions like, what's your name? Where do you go to school?
You started to interrogate him?
Yes.
Now, Paul, she doesn't have to read him his rights first, does she?
She does not. He was not in custody.
He was not in custody.
So
he was free to go. She didn't have to read his rights.
Yeah.
So what'd you ask him?
I started asking him things like, how old are you? What school do you go to? Is this where you live? Is that your mom? Stuff like that. And then he finally admitted it.
You got him to crack?
Yes.
Confess?
Yes.
Right there on the street?
Yes.
Oh, this is, I mean, it's amazing, but it's beyond amazing. I mean, how old are you?
I'm 12.
12 years old.